What's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about the Call of Duty mentality and why Activision has a huge problem on their hands that I'm not sure how they're going to fix. So, Advanced Warfare is one of my favorite CODs. I think it has some of the best COD gameplay of all time. The only COD I'd rank better than Advanced Warfare is Black Ops 1, just because that game was a fucking masterpiece in my opinion. But Advanced Warfare is at a minimum tied for second place in my Call of Duty top 10. I really enjoy the game. I like the exosuits, I like the maps, I like the kill streaks. I like a lot about the game. But there's a few things that are really killing it for me, and the biggest one being the skill-based matchmaking. Now, some of you guys are going to hear this and be like, oh, Zybek's just some baddie that wants to farm noobs all day to make himself feel good. No, that's not the case, and hear me out. So, I don't like skill-based matchmaking for a bunch of reasons, but the main one is that it has killed the lobby variety inside of Call of Duty. The pub lobbies inside of COD used to be diverse. You'd face people better than you, you'd face people your own skill level, you'd face noobs, you'd face everybody, all based on connections. The connections were better because the game was matched on connections alone. And now, you just face people your own skill level. Everybody goes 1 for 1. Everybody has a pretty average game. Every game has about the same ending. It's the same shit constantly. And you don't have that standout game where you do super well, and you don't have that game where you face really good people and they do some shit that you've never seen before. It just doesn't happen anymore. You don't have that variety there. And I think that's really killing the franchise. And the veteran players aren't having as much fun as they used to in the previous CODs because they're constantly facing other veterans, and they don't have that, like, I don't know, they can't use the skill that they've earned. It's kind of stupid, and I know some of you guys are going to hear that and be like, Zybek, you just need to get better at the game. You've been facing noobs constantly, and now you got to face people your own skill level, so now you're not very good. You're just shit at the game. No, that's not the case, because the fucking literal best players in the world, the people that play in tournaments, win money, the guys in Optic, who are the fucking best players in the world, have 1.5 kill death ratios. 1.5. That's how strong this system is. And my fat ass in Black Ops 1 had a 5 kill death ratio in free-for-all and 3 kill death in every other game mode. And you know what the biggest difference between those two games are? One has skill-based matchmaking, the other one doesn't. So you just don't have that variety there. And even in Black Ops 1, every game I didn't have a 3 kill death. I'd go into games and do shitty. I'd go into games and have really hard fought games. But for the most part, if you were a good player, you did well. But it wasn't guaranteed. You had the variety there, and that just doesn't exist anymore. And I think that's really, really hurting the COD franchise. And I think ranked play can exist. I have no problem with ranked play, but they got to keep the skill-based matchmaking out of the public lobbies. Activision has this idea that they've got to shelter the newer players away from the veterans. They got to keep the good players away from the noobs because they'll make them quit the game. The noobs will just get wrecked and they'll want to quit. And I just don't think that's true because I used to be a noob at one point. And when I was a noob, I didn't mind getting killed because I was getting better at the game at such an alarming rate that it was rewarding. I started off, I was really bad, and then I would get a little bit better, and then a little bit better, and a little bit better. I remember being in Black Ops 1, I was a 1 KD player, and then a few months later, I was a 5 KD player in free-for-all. And the process of me getting better at the game was fun, and that's just not a thing anymore because you can't actually see that you're getting better at the game because they have this skill-based matchmaking system set up to where you always go 1 for 1. If you're shit at the game, you go 1 for 1. If you're good at the game, you go 1 for 1. Like, that's just dumb. And there's no visible rank. There's no visible ranks. So, anyway, I don't think I'll buy the next COD if it's got skill-based matchmaking inside of public lobbies. I don't mind skill-based matchmaking inside of competitive. If you have a competitive playlist, like Halo, have a visible public rank. That will get people to play it. But I cannot stand a game where I can't visibly see that I'm getting better, where I don't reap the rewards of getting better at the game. That's why I enjoy COD. I enjoy COD because I liked getting good at it, and now that I'm good at it, I like using that skill to decimate people or not decimate people. That's the variety of life. That's why it's fucking fun, or why the older titles were fun. But having this artificial, always go 1 for 1 bullshit is awful. So here's hoping Treyarch, they took skill-based matchmaking out of Black Ops 2. Maybe they'll take it out in their newest game. I hope so, because I like COD, I do, but I don't like the skill-based matchmaking system at all.